Yeah, you can have it. I'm gonna change my battery.
This is
Okay. See,
Ronnie.
putting Lydia on YouTube Live, it gives me legitness.
I don't think so. I'm a baby YouTuber.
Paul, you're taller.
Nobody knows me there.
That's not
Taller
true.
than what?
The two girls I had, like Sophia and.
Well, my hair
makes me feel
alone is about 4 inches.
I'm working.
Oh, what's this? What's going on there?
This is
YouTube Live.
Paul's new stand.
Hey, record you good.
Or Paul's.
Paul, it's okay.
What the heck? I'm looking at Paul and talking about Phil.
How do I start a poll
The
live?
PP.
Phil, move it to the right.
I have no idea. I
Is
see.
this
I
on
don't
a
know
selfie
anything about
camera,
you.
or is this
I
on
don't
your
know.
front camera? Am I on it or are you?
You're
on it.
you're on it.
You guys
But
are
I don't know
on
how
it.
to. Oh yeah, I
Can we
gotta
move it a
flip
little
it
bit
this
more
way.
this
This is your YouTube channel that you're live with right
No,
now?
I don't. It doesn't need to be me. It's just me sitting there.
Hi, Lydia.
Hi guys, welcome to
Welcome to
my
Phil's
personal
page.
podcast.
I don't know.
Right.
How do I do it?
I can't read
Can you
it.
see?
As long as it's not blocking.
It's right at
Like
you.
if there's
Two.
any more than two
Two.
people, okay, I bet you know these two. Who are these two people?
I don't. It doesn't
Hello,
say.
Phil's mom.
It doesn't say
Hello,
yet.
mom.
So it has to be here. I was gonna flip between the.
You could flip, but
Okay.
it was blocking your face.
You know what I wish? I wish it was
How is
Phil's
it-
brother that was watching
I'm
this.
recording, okay?
I've never met his
Yeah,
brother.
you're good.
Has anybody met Phil's brother before?
No.
Nobody in the office.
Also, I do realize that I just had garlic sauce on all my Stefanos, so I apologize for
It's
that.
very
Phil.
pleasant.
Sorry. So
must say.
sorry for that.
You do smell something?
I'm sure
Oh, the
you
garlic,
do.
yeah,
I'm
the garlic's
sure
real.
you do. Yeah.
Okay.
I was kind of housing it, so.
So, welcome everyone. I've never done YouTube Live before. Is this on? Are you guys filming now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're both on.
So we're just shooting my podcast now. There's no topic. We just have some of my favorite creators here, like Lydia, Paul, and Sophia, food fan, over here, and we're just gonna chat, I guess, about
I love chatting.
YouTube.
I've always loved this flow format. We've done these maybe like twice before, where people kind of like switch off, and it's like I loved our Bel Air episode when we had the
That was fun.
the backyard.
Dating.
I know.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, speed
I hope I get
influencing.
picked.
But yeah, looking out into everyone that was here, I was like, oh my God, I want to have everyone on, and we don't have enough time, and we're just kind of doing whatever. Because of the TikTok ban, or what was going to happen, Lydia was pushing everyone to sub to her YouTube channel, which all of you should.
Thank you.
You amassed what, 5K?
We're
subs?
over 6,200, much in
Nice.
part to all of my friends sharing me. So thank you to all my friends for blasting me out there into the interwebs. But yeah, I'm feeling very grateful. I'm also feeling very overwhelmed because this was my first time ever doing long form content. I've always done short form. I've done Instagram, TikTok, you know. So this is my first time ever doing a video over 90 seconds. And I was like, oh, it's the first video on YouTube. Nobody's really going to see it. I'm thinking maybe 3,000. And it's sitting right now at almost 25,000. And I'm like, oh my
Nice.
gosh, it was not good enough to be at 25,000. I got to really prepare for my second video now. The pressure is on.
But a lot of people know who you are. I mean, you're, in a lot of ways, you're like the liaison of the YouTube vloggers. You know,
I'm a friend.
You've bridged gaps.
I'm a friend, yeah.
You've put Band-Aids over things that maybe we shouldn't talk about here.
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
So what was the plan if TikTok was going to go away? What was the plan for YouTube?
My plan, so I've been asked for YouTube for a while now, partly because, of course, I've come out on Norma Jelly's videos, Jaycation, Greta and Pomsey, Dan versus World. So I've come out on a lot of videos. And so people are like, well, why don't you have your own YouTube? Well, a lot of people don't know that social media is not my full-time job. So I work events. Obviously, I create content here at Jump Force. So my own social media is not my own job, or not my only job. So when people would ask me for long form content, I was like, oh my gosh, it takes so much time, I don't have the time. But with the TikTok ban looming, I was like, well, maybe I actually do have some time. So we're making time for it in 2025.
Yeah, I said I was going to do it in 2024, and I didn't. I put out 3 long format videos.
Hey,
That was it.
more than what I have so far, so there you go.
It was tough, but I think the easiest way is to talk in the camera, do like the TV show host thing. I think that's what people love
Yep.
on TikTok. Paul, you've gone into that as well. Your foray into some long format
YouTube?
stuff. Yeah, on YouTube.
Yes, it's the first time I've actually handed off one of my own accounts to be edited and produced by someone else, not on top of me, like other people that are helping out, producing it, thumbnailing it, posting it. So we have a whole thing going on. So I've been investing into that for like the last couple of months. I've only done like a couple of episodes because of time issues and other things that we're doing that's not YouTube with those same people. So it's, that same production company has like stepped up and did a lot of our client work too because I needed that last minute. But originally they were hired to do my YouTube long format. I still do my short, you know, and that's how I got my subscribers. I think I'm sitting at like what, 88,000,
Nice.
but
Which is crazy for only shorts,
I just had
honestly.
a few lucky shorts that blew up that went like 48 million and another like almost 50 million or something like that. And I
That'll
think
do
that was
it.
and it was at the right time because
The Taco Bell beer thing.
Yeah, the beer.
Yeah.
Zero editing. Oh, it still has the TikTok watermark on it. 'Cause
Hey, great plug. Yeah.
I just posted it and it just went wild. I'm like, oh, YouTube's great. This is
That's
good.
awesome.
That's when a lot of long format guys started hating the short format guys because we all jumped into shorts and we started gaining massive amounts of subscribers. And I understand it. But now I'm seeing the important, and you know, if anything for me, what TikTok thing did, it changed nothing except put me in some type of like a motivation to do things, new things, you know, and diverse my efforts into other things more than ever. Because I was kind of at the same time going through some of this, like, you know, I have not been posting as much. I've been very low active because the agency is just so crazy right now, and it's everybody that's involved in this kind of know like what type of deal flow is coming right now. It's crazy, and I have a new kid and all this kind of stuff, all the excuses in the world. So I was kind of, but this whole TikTok kind of like blew some type of like a wind in me where now I'm like, oh, and it kind of like makes it for me more exciting that something could go tomorrow. Not like in a sad way. I'm more excited. Like I'm like, fuck, this is wild.
You're definitely in the minority.
We never.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, I wish I felt that way.
But I'm in the same position as Phil because I heard Phil go, well, if this goes to nothing and there's no social media anymore, I can always. I have that. I have this. I don't care. And I've always had this attitude with my own agency too. We're 7 years into it, thank God, and everything's going more than my wildest dreams ever dreamed of. Okay, but I always run it like, if this shit goes fucking to zero tomorrow, I think we'll be okay. We have a great team, and I always like fall back to like umbrella. Like, if we were to fucking and nothing happens tomorrow and we have to sell umbrellas, I think we'll be fucking really good umbrella selling company. You know, like that. You know, like,
Vegas.
You know, like, we're the #1 fucking umbrella company in Vegas. This desert, no way.
Hey, they also work for sun protection.
Yeah,
so
it's like selling ice to Igloo or ice to fucking Eskimo. Like that theory, I'm just like really confident that we can go crush things no matter what it is with the team that we have. But, you know, going back to my whole point, all that kind of gives me a little bit of kind of like excitement, you know, and then it's giving me some new energy that I was lacking for like last year or so.
Gotcha. Sophia, how do you feel about where social media is now, personally for you?
So I like to dabble in the world of paid advertising over organic. There's a lot of organic content makers out there, but sometimes you have a product that doesn't necessarily translate well in organic. And so for me, it's like finding a space, an audience to target in paid advertising and, you know, create some sort of sales for them. But I think, you know, everything that happened with TikTok kind of made me like very grateful for where I am in paid advertising, because like it seems to like stand the test of time, because you can jump from different platforms. You can do ads on Google, you can do ads on YouTube, you can do ads on Facebook. There are so many opportunities there. And so, yeah, I think that everybody should at least invest a little bit into paid advertising, even if it's on their personal page.
Should paid advertising look more commercially? Is that important?
No, I think people kind of want things that look like I'm going to receive that same product. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, think of like McDonald's with like a burger that looks like, you know, over processed in the photo, and then that's not what you're receiving when you go there. So I think people want to know what they're getting into. Like I notice that a lot of like our restaurants, whenever we do some sort of like food porn video, those do better.
Interesting.
Commercially or not, I think the #1 thing that we've been successful with, and numbers show that you have to test it on the organic side first. I think the nature of a good ad is a company that tests the content on the organic side first and siphons all the battle tested content that did well and only utilize those type of content or those content with a little bit of tweak to make it a little bit more salesy or more targeted to your, even if it's a tomahawk video that blew up and you're trying to push French fries, you can use the tomahawk video to twist it into a French fry promotion or something like that. I'd rather do that than hire a commercial company that makes the best French fry commercial for $10,000 and we just gamble without testing it on the organic side. I think that's where a lot of brands are missing the point. So they invest creating content for their commercial. It's never been tested. They fail.
Yeah, totally
and they
bombs
lose out
almost
on
every
it,
time.
You know what I mean? Every time. So salesy or not, you should test it on organic. Even if it's salesy, maybe it'll blow up and you can use that. Chances are the salesy videos don't blow up, you know.
True. Lydia, what's your experience been like joining Jump, and what do you do day to day here?
Yeah, what's that experience like?
No pressure. Paul's there, Julie's there.
Oh, shoot.
My
Okay.
two bosses.
I might as well put the gun right here.
Well, a lot of people get this current. And you know what? You guys know me. I'm like, fuck, let me know.
You know what? I'm actually very thankful for Paul and Julie because when they approached me, I don't even remember when that was, like a year and a half ago. I told them straight up, I have a lot going on, so there's only so much I can do. And so they said, well, why don't we just give you one project at a time, and you can always tell us if it's too much or if you want more. And that has worked really well in the last year and a half, that I just I'm only on like a couple of projects, and that's perfect for me just because the fact, yet again, that this is not my only job. So I'm able to still dip my toe into it, still learn. Like, it's been awesome, honestly, being on shoots with like Jay and Tony and all these people that have been doing this full time for a long time. I feel like my content has elevated because I just sit there at content shoots now and I'm like, oh wait, I should try that. Oh wait, I should buy that light. Oh wait, so it's been good for me personally and my own content. I feel like I've been able to elevate myself since joining the Jump Force team. So that's been awesome.
Well, on the receiving end, our number one thing here is to scope out people who has potential and talent before the big curve of them becoming a superstar. By the time they become starfish, there's no way,
Here's my rate.
we're usually in a kind of like a begging situation with the most talented people out there to start working with us. We don't just hire entry-level people, So one thing about Lydia is that it's like such a perfect person for us to approach because she's been the person behind the person for a long time before she even began to do her own thing. And that to me is a very valuable person. But the only thing about that is like, whoever she is working with currently, are they gonna mind that we just come out of nowhere and start giving her jobs and all this kind of stuff? And that was the only thing that we were very, very careful with. So this is why, hey, do you have time? Okay, I just need you to do this one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to do this? And they're like, yeah, what are you talking about? So I'm like, okay, great. And then it's just kind of, that's how a lot of people start with us, by the way, because they're talented. So we go, oh, hey, so-and-so, we see that you're killing it. We have this project, but you don't have to talk to the client. We're our big things. You don't have to talk to the client. You don't have to do anything. I just need you to do you on these 3 videos for this much money. Yes or no? And that's how they're, yeah, that's easy. And then they get to find out that we never ask them to like interact with clients too much. If it's production work, they only do production. There's separate people that handles all that. So they get kind of like do jobs and like, oh, I can do 5 more of these. You know what I mean? And that's
Right.
I think that's how it.
And then all of a sudden I'm hooked.
Gateway
It's like
drugs.
selling drugs. You know what I mean?
No, I'm selling umbrellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a little taster. You want to look?
Come check out my trunk. See what I got.
So the paid posts have changed a lot, I think, for influencers, specifically in the last couple of years, maybe the last year. Like even, like my friends now, who like 2 years ago, they would just come in as a favor, but I feel bad asking for the favor now. Like I want to get them paid as well. And it's been tougher.
For posting on because our big thing now, well now we have a lot of these events that we do, but before like we never really had to like leverage people's accounts. So I never went to, I don't go to like Lydia and go, Lydia, I need you to post this on your account. Like we don't do that unless it's like an influencer event. So I think that was the big thing. But when people approach other people about production, like, hey, I need you to come to this client and make some videos with me, not post on your account, but make some videos. I think that's the number that people kind of get confused about. You know what I mean? How much do I have to pay my friend to make these videos, and how much am I getting, and all that kind of stuff. I think but you need to work that out, because if you want to grow, you have to have those relationships, you know. This is why we love people who are in the game, they're ready to jump in, they're talented, but they're just not there yet where they're making the money or something like that. There's a lot of creators that wants to be in this position, in that mode. And I think that's a perfect pool of people to kind of like really look into and really hone into, because those are going to be the superstars of the future. I feel like, you know, that's what we look at all the time. Who's coming up?
Are there any new accounts that you've enjoyed recently, Sophia? Doesn't have to be food or Vegas.
Well, we just started Mom's Refrigerator in 8182, and I think that's like a really cool account. You know, it's like little mom and pop shop, and I think like, you know, we've done like bigger accounts where like they have multiple locations or they're in many states or whatever, but I think what's cool is when you take a little mom and pop shop where like they're located somewhere maybe people don't know or wouldn't turn into that shopping center, and then kind of like giving that presence of being like, you know, it doesn't matter where you're located, like if you have some sort of product that people want, they're gonna come to you. And so it's like, you know, when we're doing the advertising, we're like, what kind of deal can we add to it, what kind of special dish that's not advertised on your menu or anywhere else, and then we can just show that it's only if you screenshot this and show it to us that you can order it. Just coming up with really cool concepts like that.
That's awesome.
With small restaurants.
It's been really great.
Really good
It's a
idea.
punch-on store, but they hit 1 million views in like first couple
Wow.
posts.
That's awesome.
A new creator that I would like to shout out that just joined our agency after I think Lydia is Margot. Margot is crushing it, and she's really good with client work too. So we've been doing this. She handles
Yep.
Palette. Moms.
And moms. Yeah.
She's the production person for
The
it.
perfect person.
So yeah, because you know she makes all that, and so you know stuff like that. But you know there's those deals, and then there's deals that takes a lot of, like we just took on like Southern Glacier Wine and Spirits. You know, like
Oh, wow.
like they're the entire Macamina group. You know, these people are like expecting this to be like super on brand, perfect. I have to make sure that we're about to work with some movie names where every video has to go to the movie company first and get it approved and come back and stuff like that. And those become a lot more production work than Mom's Refrigerator, where you can kind of like do.
Well, nothing's shot on our phone for the movie stuff then, right?
No, you cannot use any movie footage on those, because it's like what we're doing are these experiences. So they're like Harry Potter experience and these movie experiences. When you do that, there's like strict guidelines of those places not being able to use movie footage and all this kind of stuff. So
all the licensed
yeah,
stuff.
so that's that we've done all for Harry Potter in New York before, and that has led to kind of like land this new client. Shout out to a lot of people that referred us to. Shout out to Heather Collins. But you know, it's been good.
Do we want to talk about this?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
I keep watching it. I want it.
So this is actually mine. So this is from FA.
She's like, hand it over.
Schwartz in New York. So people actually line up outside, and when you go there, you pick like a dish. You're like, I want ramen or I want pancakes, and they have like a fake kitchen. It's the Jelly Cat
it's like
Diner.
a
Oh my god.
So anyways, my boyfriend came back from New York, and he's like, I made you ramen, and I was like, thank you.
It's like a Build-A-Bear,
Oh, so
but for
this is a
food?
custom one.
No,
Oh.
but they make it seem.
Oh, I was like, it's like Build-A-Bear. I was
Right.
like, I'm
Would you like
down.
an egg on it? Would you like some green onions? And then you're like, yeah, sure. So they're like cooking it for you.
No, like my big thing with that brand is like the interview process for the people, because they have to be very like
Personable.
animated. They're cooking fake food in front of you. Like, are they?
So there are no kids at this store. Like it's all adults who are there for content. Like they are there to shoot their content of whatever plushie they pick being cooked.
It's like blue theme right
Yeah.
there when you go in there. That place looks sick.
That's so
I've always
funny.
wanted to go there.
I've never seen this place, and now I'm
you gotta
so
see it. It's
interested.
wild what they do. It's all about
Why
the
has this not
presentation
come
of
up on my For You page?
Jelly
Okay.
Cat.
Okay. Well, I know what I'm doing tonight.
What do you watch? What are you watching right now? What's your
What do I watch?
What's your-
I consume a lot of TikTok content. But I also, so TikTok is like my fun place. And then Instagram is like where I go to research trends and what I should be doing and where I should be going. So when I'm on Instagram, I am working. When I'm on TikTok, I am laying back for the night with a cat normally on me and doom scrolling.
when you make a video, where do you post first? TikTok or
Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram goes up normally 30 minutes to an hour before TikTok. And then if I post it to YouTube Shorts, that's the next morning. I
Okay.
want people to see it first on Instagram because Instagram is smaller for me than TikTok. So I'd like it to give it a little bit of a chance on Instagram first before everybody sees it on TikTok and then doesn't
Interesting.
interact with it on Instagram.
What about you guys? Is there a timing to which app you choose to post on?
I've always been an Instagram person. I've
It's
never
Instagram.
like when we had the scare of TikTok going away. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? To me, my person, I'm like, at least it's the app that I choose the least. You know what I mean? Thank God. I mean, at least it's not YouTube killing me. You know, but like I've always been like, if I make the best video, I go to Instagram
Okay.
first.
Instagram first.
You know, what do you post TikTok first?
Sometimes.
Wait, where do you have more followers?
A little bit more on TikTok.
But you care. I mean, what's the care level? Can I say that? What do you?
I
Where
would
do you
rather
put your
have a
video?
million views on TikTok than Instagram.
That is true. But would you rather have million followers on TikTok than Instagram?
It's a good question. For me,
think
I
I'd
mean, I don't know
I'd
rather
what
rather have a
yours-
million
yeah.
subs on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
than
for
anything
real.
else.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And wait, hold on. If you say that, that's so big that people should be spending a lot more time on YouTube than they are. Because if that's the case,
Well, you're talking about short form, but I think a lot of people spend a lot of time on YouTube just in
long
general.
format. But
than
it's a long
anyone.
format crawl is so slow.
Yeah.
Like for you to hit 1 million subs doing long format, I feel like is a
But there's way more.
grind.
But you compare a 50 sub long format account versus a 300K short format account. The 50K
is gonna
is way more
outperform
valuable
Yeah.
or
and makes way more money.
valuable.
That's so true.
Yeah.
What's valuable mean though? It pays more money?
For me, it's all about brand deals. So for me, one of the reasons I prioritize Instagram is because I get more brand deals based on my Instagram, even though I have a third as many followers. So on Instagram right now, I have 21. On TikTok, I have 65. But I get more people reach out to post on Instagram than I do on TikTok, even though my views are
Agreed.
better than
That's
on
true.
TikTok, everything.
Well,
That's
So-
interesting.
That's
That's interesting.
That's why that's part of the other reason I
there's a
prioritize.
threshold where you hit on TikTok where the brand deals flip over to TikTok more than there's like a threshold as soon as you
Yeah,
hit
possibly.
a thing. Okay, but on YouTube, if you were to grow YouTube, do you care about the YouTube CPM more than the brand deals, or do you care about the brand deals more than the CPM that YouTube pays on long format? Because I think a lot of people care about the YouTube money
Mhm.
when you do YouTube long format, no?
Yeah, I would agree with
But
that.
the brand deals on, I mean, it's a sure thing on YouTube. There's not.
Do you think it's like 50-50?
No, I think they always care about getting paid
CPMs.
more the CPM for sure. But I mean, some of these
That
deals
YouTube long format money
within the
to,
long
like-
formats are big
And I think
and
Facebook money is good, right?
Yeah, see, that is something I don't know anything about.
yeah, I don't know shit about Facebook
Nope.
either. I
Nothing.
How
haven't.
about
I
LinkedIn? You guys
should.
do LinkedIn?
I did for like 2 weeks and then I
think
was
that's
over
where
it.
we need to go. is
LinkedIn.
and
Yeah.
invest a
Don't
little
put me
bit
on
of
that project. Julie, I'm not going on that project.
I've been pitching it a little bit. That has come up when we thought TikTok was going to grow. There was a day where, because our stance on TikTok with all the clients, there were so many TikTok clients doing TikTok, we just go, let's stand by and see what happens before we make any drastic. Because if you want us to do something else because you think TikTok is going away, although, like even the minute that TikTok, you can't log in anymore or whatever, I'm like, I'm like, chill out, everybody, just stand still. Because if we start moving production people to doing other platforms, like we might have to change a person doing from TikTok to, if you want to do YouTube tomorrow, I might have to use another person then, you know what I mean? So before we do that and having to come back to TikTok, or you have to pay more to do both, let's just chill back, and I think that worked out for us. But
Have any of you guys posted any of your food videos on Snapchat?
I haven't logged on Snapchat since 2020.
No.
So I've heard like a lot of people that are posting their videos on there now and doing like very well.
Does
I've
any
heard
of
that
us
too.
in our industry in Vegas do Snapchat and crushes it?
I feel like we should.
I don't know.
I feel like somebody was.
yeah.
there
I'd
was
love to
someone
know.
Reached out about some Snapchat opportunity where they were gonna like.
Oh, the Food
post-
Ranger.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got
yeah,
that too.
yeah.
So the Food
And
Ranger has some
somebody signed up
agency.
saying that they made a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, so the plan was they would post all your content. It would be a 50-50 split
Yes.
on the money that you would make. So
It's
you
like
didn't-
Snapchat was giving out
you didn't
a
have
lot
to
of
look
money
at
or
it.
something like that, and they were like approaching everybody that has a lot of short format videos that blew up, saying, "Hey, we'll manage your Snapchat."
Yeah.
And it's a 50-50 split.
But both Drew and Starfish said no, and I
50-50
said
split
no
is
or-
pretty hefty, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but
pretty
then you could
hefty.
just do it.
But of
But
course,
you
I'm
don't have
not
to
doing
worry
anything with
about
it, so
Right. It's like you're not doing.
even if you give me 10%, it's more than what I'm making
Right.
now, I guess. So
Right.
How much is that? If it's a lot, then.
true.
You know. But yeah, I mean, Snapchat, LinkedIn, all came up, but we're staying still with the TikTok.
Sophia, as a professional, do you use LinkedIn, and has it been beneficial for you at all?
I log on like maybe like once a month just to see like who's leaving a message there, but that's it. I'm not scrolling through it at all.
So I posted for 2 weeks, and the plan was to talk about brand sponsorships and like things that have done well for me on social media, like give advice, talk about why this worked for me, and that kind of thing, a strategy. That was the plan, but I got tired of doing it, so I didn't want to give away more secrets.
You were like, dang, there's a lot of
Yeah.
freebies
It's
here.
a lot of wasted energy. giving out secrets.
for 20 thumbs up.
At the end of the day, there are so many platforms that are out there, and I think it's just a matter of like figuring out each person has a unique following on each platform, and it's like figuring out what is worth your time. And
Yep.
and you know, worth is different for everybody. It might be more money, or it might be more views, or whatever it is. Like for me, I got a lot of money during Instagram's rollout of Reels, and so like I felt like that created brand loyalty for me to like stay on this platform
Gotcha.
while I was making 6 cents a month on TikTok. So that's why I like.
Sophia also has. She works with us. She's single-handedly like spearheads the entire ads department for us, but she also has a really solid executive job at Fountain.
Yeah.
Like we're just lucky that we have our time. But like, do you really need to double down on anything right now when you have like two like everybody has something really
Right.
solid, you know? And it's kind of like crazy to hear. I'm like, Lydia's like, that's not the only thing I do. I do like 3 other things. I'm like, oh, shit. I have all my eggs basket.
The assumption that they're not free at 2 p.m. to have lunch is so weird.
So weird.
I think I was very much raised in like a hustle mentality. And so that's like always been. So like my parents told us from a very young age, you are going to put yourself through college. And that was like literally the best thing
Wow.
ever for me, honestly. People are like, what? Your parents didn't pay for college? I'm like, that was the best thing ever because I learned at 14 years old, you better start hustling right now. And I think that's one of the reasons that I'm so driven now and why I do like 10 million things and I never sit at home is because I'm like, I'm always on that hustle. So I'm still waiting to become a millionaire, but it's gonna happen someday.
That's awesome.
Soon.
Someday.
So how many siblings do you have?
I have 2. I have an older brother and a little sister.
And they both went to college too.
They did. We all paid
Wow.
it.
So what kind of hustle were you doing at 14?
At 14, I got my first job in summers. I worked at a gladiola farm. It's a type of flower. Not many people know what a gladiola is. So in the summers I did that. I started babysitting. I applied really hard to scholarships, so I was really blessed that I was able to get some really good scholarships. That's one of the reasons I met my now husband. It's because we were in the same honors program in college.
Shout out to Andrew.
Shout out to Andrew, who actually I have to pick up from work in like 2 minutes, so I
Okay.
gotta go.
Who also is
but-
in Beast Games.
Yes. Well,
That's right.
yeah,
I did.
was.
Was.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I better go pick him up.
Okay. Bye, Lydia.
Bye.
And then
Just Photoshop me
all
here.
the YouTubers disappeared. She's gone.
Photoshop my face right there.
By the way, I was looking at the Beast Games thing, and I'm like, man, it's like one of these show ideas that I have for our agency to do some kind of like a YouTube thing. And it's kind of like something that they do in Korea a lot, where all these A-listers in Korea, they actually come out and do these like
Oh,
game shows.
the game shows,
like-
Physical 100, the
Yeah.
chef thing was
Well,
incredible.
Not even that. Like if you watch K-drama, there's a thing called like Ucha-san. Like there's these things. Sort of there's kind of like a game show. There's a host,
Yeah.
and all the famous people come out and they do this. And it'd be great to do that for Vegas creators here and produce that.
Someone had a
It has
deck
nothing to do
proposed.
with any food or any
Yeah,
kind
a
of
couple guys
creative
proposed that.
just like minute to minute shit style. Let's start from there and just move on, or it's
Yeah.
like an elimination process. And I was like,
I know Dan and Feeds had a proposal for Netflix for that.
I was like, man, that would be great to do something like on our own. And if it gets fucking picked up from somewhere, great. But we can produce that.
Yeah. The Korean ones have been incredible. The influencer one was
Dude.
incredible.
Amazing.
The
And I think
recent
that
chef
Beast
one.
Game's whole like a strategy there is kind of like similar to that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, it's like a glorified Squid Game style. Like, I think it's something there, or some kind of like a strategy that has nothing to do with content or like creator. It's just that it's us, but we play these games.
Sure. As long as someone cries, it's fine.
It gets
It gets emotional.
a lot of fucking tea. But
I think that's it. I have to go.
where are we? Like, where are we with the shoot? Does your audience even know that this is our headshot day? This is why everybody's here.
I introed it a little, but I don't know who's watching.
I'm sure that the group
Yeah.
shot was done. I think the headshot. Did you take a headshot?
I did. I was the first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Julie said I should go
OG.
first
Okay, number one.
because I'd be sitting here the most of the time.
Priority. All right.
I don't think I've ever seen you in a jacket.
This is because I would never wear this. I'm never in this, but this is because of photos. But all right.
All
Let's
right.
do this. Wrap it up.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye.